Chapter 39 Puzzle Time. At 2100 hours, Bouncer and Graham walked up to the Farviewer and pressed the on button. Seconds later, the blue spinning portal appeared and grew in size. As soon as it was large enough, Bouncer stepped through. Pass me the Farviewer, Graham, then hop through yourself. Roger, Bouncer, replied Graham as he carefully picked up and passed the second Farviewer through the portal. Got it, come on through yourself, urged Bouncer as he placed the Farviewer on the floor and waited for his friend. With Graham safely through the portal, Bouncer looked at his friend. Right then, I guess it's time to turn this one off, hey? Graham was looking round where they had appeared and hadn't seemed to hear Bouncer properly. Sorry, Bouncer, what did you say? I'm going to shut the portal down from the other Farviewer, Graham. You know, like we discussed, there will be no going back, not without firing this one up at least. Okay, are you sure these two will stay connected so we can get back from wherever we are? Asked Graham. 99%, Graham. Turn that one on first to check, replied Bouncer. Graham reached around the Farviewer they had brought with them and found the on switch. Mumbling something to himself, he flicked the device on. What does the display say? Asked Bouncer. Graham looked over the fascia and soon spotted the green connected light. It says connected, Bouncer. Brilliant, we're all good then, said Bouncer as he reached through and shut down the portal. In this mode the Farviewer could run on battery power for days. He hoped they wouldn't need that long, but you never know. So what now? Asked Graham. Well, we need to find out where we are, as in which Earth we're on. Then we can jump back. I just hope it doesn't take long. Why don't we just mark someplace we know we can find back home with number 1, then when we go the next one tomorrow morning we can mark that with a number 2. We won't know where we are, but we should know if we're going to the same place, offered Graham. He had clearly been trying to work this out. Bouncer listened to what Graham had said. I like it, Graham. It's simple and definitive. Like you say, we don't really need to know literally where we are each time, just if we've been there before. Well done. Thanks, Bouncer, smiled Graham. As Bouncer and Graham were working their puzzle out, Deli and his team of questionable friends had arrived on Earth number 371. Deli had traced the Farviewer portal to a location very near where they had arrived, and they had landed almost on top of it. Dr. Robert number 1 recognized it straight away. Look, it's a Farviewer, he shouted as he ran toward it. Can anyone see these infidels? Asked Sebastian number 1, as he looked quickly around the location. No, replied Dr. Robert. But the Farviewer has a LET loaded. I don't know where it may be, but my first guess would be they are there now, as the second Farviewer isn't here. Bouncer and Graham were blissfully unaware of quite how close their pursuers were to catching up with them as they looked around, both realizing they had arrived right next to Sepulchre's HQ in London. How about that? This is Sepulchre HQ, smiled Bouncer. We can defo mark this building. We'll know where it is anywhere. We can call this Earth number 1. Graham laughed as he painted a discreet but unique graffiti on the hidden side of a building support. All done, Bouncer. Shall we get back? Absolutely, Graham. We need to get some rest before the next jump. Turn the Farviewer back on, will you? Roger, replied Graham. Back on Earth number 371, Deli reviewed the LET. Why don't we try and stop this pair once and for all? Hear, hear, replied Sebastian. Let's get them. In some ironic twist of multiverse fate, half a second after Deli started to jump, the team to the LET, Bouncer and Graham's portal opened and they stepped through, still unaware just how close they had come. Okay, nap time then, up and at M for 9 o'clock, Graham, announced Bouncer. Aye, Captain, replied Graham. Ready to go.